I'd like to just start off by thanking our crowd and student section. I thought they were amazing. There's a lot of games that were played tonight at home courts that are noteworthy, and I don't know if there could be a home court that was more electric at the start of the game and more supportive, and the heartbeat of the arena with the students and just our crowd. It was great, and we needed them. So I'll start there. It's great to be back in the Cintas Center playing games. I would also like to commend, Zach Fremantle. You got to remember it's been over 600 days, some crazy stat, since he's played a college basketball game. I don't know if any of us could really put ourselves in his place of how it must feel to sit there in a boot, going through surgeries, watching your team, watching your friends, not just for a season, but really a season in 15 games or so, and multiple off seasons, right, in the gym, in the weight room, just working. And for him to come out in the opening game and, have 19 and 11, 5 for 9 from the field, 10 defensive rebounds, 9 for 10 from the line. And I thought one of the biggest plays of the game was his hustle play off of a turnover, in which he didn't jog, he just fought, he flew into the play and ended up getting like a steal. He had a second hustle play where it took multiple efforts on defense to block a shot, to rebound again, and we ended up getting the ball. So it wasn't just his offense or his touch. I just thought he was the best player on the court, and I'm really happy for him that he would be able to do that. Just in terms of the game, it was one of those games where we shot 41 free throws, which is a lot. I give us credit for that. They committed 31 free throws that were called. We could have shot 50 free throws. It was just one of those games where it's an outlier. I think the next 31 games that we play, we won't play a game like that where you could almost shoot 2 free throws on every possession. To our credit, and sometimes as a coach you don't pay attention to this, but we went 34 for 41 from the free throw line, which is a heck of a thing to shoot that many at 83%. And we played our first game with obviously some jitters with 9 turnovers, which again, if you play with less than 10, you go 34 for 41 from the free throw line, and a guy like Zach Fremantle comes out and does what he did. Those are the highlights. Our bench went 0 for 11 from the field. We're not going to win many games when our non-starters go 0 for 11. And, Marcus, who's new, who was a starter, if you throw him in there, they were 0 for 16 from the field. That's hard to do. We could play 300 games from this point forward. For 6 guys to go 0 for 16 in the same game, that you don't see many games like that. So if you want to know why the game felt that way, we shoot 41 free throws and we have 6 players go 0 for 16 from the field. Same thing with the three-point line. We're 6 for 23, but Ryan made 5. So we have the rest of our team go 1 for 13 from 3. We had a tough night. And some of it was our shot selection. No doubt some of it was our execution. But I do think a lot of it was opening night. We've been waiting a long time for this. We had some jitters. And quite frankly, we did not play this game like we had played our scrimmage and exhibition game in our practices. I believe all around we're a better team. So we'll take the win, learn from it, grow, and I really believe we have a chance to be a lot better in certain areas. I've given you some stats that are like decades worth of stats. You can go through some phone books. You're not going to find a game that some of those things I just gave you, you're not going to find too many that will mirror that. I know I just gave you a lot, but that's the game.
All right. Was Texas? Was it more of the first game jitters for your offense to cause it to struggle, or was Texas Southern's foul trouble kind of kept you from getting into a rhythm?
I think there's no doubt when a team commits 31 fouls or 40, 45 fouls, 31 of those 45 are called. It's just tough because, if you think about it, 70 possessions in a game, that's both teams. You cut that in half, you're almost getting a foul called on every other possession. So it really hurts the rhythm of the game. And but our guys, like I said, if they're going to get fouled, you go to the line and you make them. And I thought one of the things I'm the most pleased with is getting there 41 times and making 34.
In the first half, they had 6 offensive rebounds. It turned into 10 second chance points, a couple threes. Was that something on your end, or was it just long shots creating long rebounds and opportunities, and something you obviously cleaned up in the second half, only giving up 2?
Yeah, I thought Texas Southern, they don't have any problems with their depth, athleticism, physicality. Like you look at who their guys are, the age of their players, their quickness, their depth. They have real quality when it comes to that. So rebounding, getting steals, playing with speed, that's something I think that comes easy to them. They hurt us badly rebounding. Even the rebounds that we got, we have to learn to be a better block-out team. Without Lucina Traore, we're going to have to rebound much better as a group. And, there's no better way of learning that than learning it through playing another team and getting exposed. I thought a couple of the key plays that allowed them to have the lead at the half, that they were exactly what you described. A second shot, a perimeter player running in, keeping the ball alive, which then led to 3. The other thing that Texas Southern did an amazing job of is they went 10 for 23 from the three-point line. I'll have to watch. There's no doubt we could have done a better job, but I thought they made a couple tough ones as well. But, when a team makes 10 threes on you, it puts a lot of pressure on the game. And you felt that, right, that they made 10. Again, in the second half, I felt like we defended a little bit better from the three-point line. They still were 4 for 10.
We've talked a lot about the experience that you have on this roster, and when you talk about learning and growing from game to game, is it different when you do have that experience? Like these guys, that their ability to kind of take a game like this and know, because they've been through this before, what to do differently, how to learn from it, rather than you having to kind of hold their hand through something like this?
I think so. Look, I really enjoy coaching our team because, they're really professionals when it comes to their process. I mean, we have guys in the gym throughout the day. We have no problem with attitude at all in practice. Guys really compete. They love the game. Like you mentioned, they're an experienced, older group. They've been through the trials of a college basketball season. They understand that every team is going to pose us challenges. Like all of that's covered. What's not covered is just tonight's performance. Again, I want to be clear. We had 5 players combined for 0 for 16 from the field. And then outside of Ryan Conwell as a team, we were 1 for 13 from 3. That's hard to do. And some of it is shot selection, some of it is execution. And again, I think some of it is just getting that first game under our belt. No doubt Texas Southern took us out of some of our rhythm, but we took ourselves out of it as well, just with our execution points. Same thing with the bench. I would have liked to have gone deeper, but, it's my job to coach to win. We're coaching Xavier on November the 4th, and we're playing Texas Southern, and the decisions that we're making, it's about tonight's game to be the best that we can be. As we move forward, I would hope that depth that we've talked a lot about this offseason will come true, where guys will settle in, contribute more, and do a good job. Like Jerome Hunter, I want to, again, tip my hat to him. There's no doubt he's going to continue to get better, kind of getting the rust off of him, similar to Zach. You can only imagine how he felt out there tonight. But I thought Jerome impacted the game on defense. He made some big plays defensively. His quickness, he had a big deflection, a couple rebounds. You could feel his presence defensively. So it's just a matter of time. As he gets more games under his belt, more time goes by, I think Jerome, he's at the front of the line of being able to step forward and be more productive and give us more on offense.
Coach, we heard it all over Twitter all offseason. We heard it ring through the student section. There's a TV series named after it now. That phrase, all in, what does that mean in your words for this group to be all in, and what do we need to work on as a group to get to that point where we're fully bought into that?
All in is just it's a simple way of talking about the things that we do every day, how we communicate, how we handle our business. all being that it's everybody, it takes everybody, and in being, and we know our way, how we play the game, how we go to practice, how we lift weights, how we go to class. It's the combination of everybody committed to a way of doing things. Communication, respect, unity, passion, joy, all those words, they're not just buzzwords. You have to execute it. Tonight we were challenged with every one of them. Respecting the game, respecting your opponent, communicating in huddles at halftime, communicating when things aren't going well, sticking together, unity when it doesn't feel like you thought it would, playing with a lot of emotion in a good way, passion, right? And really embracing the journey. We have a number of guys right now that know that they didn't play well, and how they handle that, how they bounce back, these next 3 or 4 days, so that when we show back up on Friday that they're better and we're better, that becomes the next quest.